You said it when you got out here. They stay alive. But who do you got Game 7?
Well, you guys know I picked Toronto in 6, but I'm going to stay with them in 7. This was the tough. You guys know when you pick, you obviously want to pull for your pick.
Right.
But this was the rare occasion where I picked Toronto, but I really am kind of pulling for Philly. Just they're more exciting. They're the more exciting story. If they get to the next round, that'll be a more exciting series. So Philly showed me something last night too, because everything was pointing to them just laying down. You know, Embiid was getting tons of criticism, and rightly so. Ben Simmons, same thing, and rightly so. And they both showed up. Embiid wasn't tremendous offensively, but he's been pretty good defensively in the whole series. And so I thought he showed up. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's been great. But all that said, I do think Toronto wins it. I'm going to trust in Kawhi. And I think
good luck with that.
I don't know why, but I believe Toronto rests on their laurels at times. I think they get complacent. Game 1 against Orlando, they're thinking we're going to destroy these guys. They lose. I think after blowing out Philly in Game 1, they kind of let their foot off the gas, find themselves down 2-1. I think last night they're thinking, we got this. This is over. Philly's about to lay down. And obviously they get hammered. So in Toronto, I know that crowd's going to be going crazy. Yeah. They really believe, one, they got a chance to win a championship. You know, all these teams now with KD, because we'll see if he gets back next series or if they advance. So they're going to be rowdy, and they're going to try to impress Kawhi, too, even more. And so I think it's going to be a great atmosphere. I'm going with the North.
I took Toronto. I'm taking Toronto with you, Chris. The thing that concerned me, they played Game 6 like we got Game 7 in our building. We good. So even if we lose this one, we going home. And I don't like that. Because there ain't no guarantee.
Right.
You never know. You a stepped on a strained calf away because something happened to Kawhi.
And they've lost twice at home.
Yeah. If something happens to Kawhi, it's over. So if you can take care of business a game early, you take care of that. You do all that. But unlike you, I have the utmost confidence, the utmost faith. You know they call him the gospel? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Call Kawhi.
They call him
the gospel. Yes! And he going to deliver.
That's straight blasphemy.
He would have done it. I know you want to talk about, he missed these free throws. If we can get it late into the fourth quarter, he'll crumble. No, he won't. At 22 years old, only one other person has won the Finals MVP younger than that, and that's Irving Magic Johnson, won in his rookie year at 20, and again 2 years later at 22.
So I'm going to ask you one more time. If you have that much faith in your man, if you're just spitting faith, you're just coming out of your chair. You're oozing faith. In number 2, give me the 6.5 points. I'm
not going to be able to do that.
Why not?
No.
Well, that shows a lack of faith.
No,
that's just the spread. That's all that is.
No.
Because you think you're talking like it's going to be 15 or 20 points.
No.
But remember, the last time they were in Toronto, they fell behind by 40. The Sixers did in the fourth quarter. They were down 40 points.
Well, Joel Embiid.
I do think they'll win by more than 6. I would give you that.
Joel Embiid.
Listen, our expert is telling you.
I would give
take
you
it.
that.
No.
Why not?
I tell you, what's how about this?
What are you talking
What are you
about?
waiting for?
I'll give you 4.
Accepted.
Oh, finally, you guys. We were going to argue all day about this. 4 it is.
Thank
Final
you.
answer. Okay.
I got this. Do you want to talk some?
No, I'm good.
You're
I'm
good now?
I got me a bet now.
Okay.
We
I
got
got
one
me
or
a
two
good
cases.
bet.
1 or 2 cases.
One.
Okay.
I'm really good with this.
Okay.
I picked the Sixers before the series started. I'm sticking with them to win Game 7. I do not trust your man number 2 in a close, hard-fought fourth quarter of a Game 7. I just don't. And we saw him start to disappear and unravel and fade late in Game 3 and late in Game 4. And I know in Game 4 he hit a big shot at the end, but he also, that was the second shot he'd made in the fourth quarter. He missed 4 free throws that kept that game close, and he had 2 crucial late turnovers. Just trust me on this. I know what I'm speaking of when it comes to that guy. Can't really trust him when it's the North. And you said they're trying to impress him. Well, again, he might not impress them. That might be the issue.
Got this, 29 and 12. Skip, you do remember
he
in that
delivered
game,
last night.
In that Game 7, in which they lost as a 21-year-old. He had 19 and 16. It got overshadowed because
surrounded by Hall of Famers. It's
Where-
okay, he's in a comfort zone. By the way, what did he shoot from 3 last night? Help me out, I forget.
4-4 or 0-4.
0 for 4. Thank you. I just wanted to.
Yeah, you
for
know
the
what-
record.
But
for the
where are you
record.
getting this
Okay,
narrative that he can't play
Okay,
down
just-
the stretch,
watch,
that he
just
crumbles?
watch. Okay. Well, did you see what happened in Game 3? Go look at that one. They're on this tear in the third quarter. He scores no points in the fourth quarter from the field.
No,
made
he's
2
on a
free
tear
throws.
in the third quarter.
He was. And then all of a sudden, when it was time, when you got them, you got hand on throat of the home team Sixers, you just disappear. You score no baskets in the fourth quarter. That was a James Harden that he pulled. You like that?
Then we took it over.
Okay.
We took it over Game
okay.
5.
Yeah, you took it over.
Yep.
Well, last night, my team that used to be your team, he loved the Sixers all year. So
I know. You were with the Sixers.
Yeah, until, these Joel Embiid started getting sick every other day.
Right.
My team took it over last night because that was a tour de force. And I will give you, it has been a tour de farce a lot of times in these
Yes.
playoffs. But last night, even though they trailed by 40 late in Game 5, last night they're up 24 in the fourth quarter. They just said, watch this. This is what this team can be when it wants to be, when it needs to be, when it has to be. And last night, it knew it had to be. Backs completely against the wall, and they said, watch this. And it started with their leader, as Brett Brown calls Jimmy Butler, the adult in the room, and he is that. When his button is pushed, he is a cold-blooded killer. He will will his team to a crucial win because he will demand that everybody come with him. And he scored 19 out of the box last night in the first half and set the tone.
You trust that?
I do trust
in Game
that.
7?
Yes,
That's
I do.
the thing. Jimmy Butler has never been in a game this big.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
We'll see.
Never.
Yeah, well, he played what? I mean, Skip,
Has
he's only been past the first round one time.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So he got one Game 7
He's
under his
never
belt.
been in a
Now,
game like this.
I don't know how to explain this about Ben Simmons, and he has rained criticism on Ben Simmons, and as you said, rightfully so. I get that. But Ben Simmons has special written all over him in moments when his button gets pushed, as we saw in Game 3 at Brooklyn. All of a sudden you say, oh, he can do some things nobody else can do. He can get down, up and down the court the way nobody else can. He can fly, and he can pass the basketball, and he has good hands around the basket even though he's not a shooter. But he can score at a high level by making all of his shots. He's 9 out of 13. Remember at Brooklyn that night, he was
Right.
11 of 13. He'll just, if he gets his hands on the ball up around the rim, he is going to either dunk it or score
We're
it.
going to put a forward up.
I agree with what you just said about Ben Simmons. Here's the problem. We have no idea
Okay.
which Ben
I
Simmons, right?
know, okay.
I mean, look at
But
this
you can
series.
say that about
Look at the
everybody in
No,
here.
no, Skip. The previous
No,
3 games, he had 28
right.
points.
Like-
he had 21 last night. You putting faith in that?
Push comes to shove. I do.
And what about your guy? You
Okay.
remember the other night, he was doubled up. Oh, my tum-tum hurt. And now he up there flying. In the game before, he was flying the airplane.
You have no idea what he's going to eat
I
tonight.
don't.
And it's going
When
to ruin him tomorrow.
Joel Embiid feels like it, literally feels like it, he's the best player on the floor in this series. He just is.
Kawhi.
On both ends. Nope. I'll take the 7'2" guy over that guy.
Two-time.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
There ain't been a whole lot of two-time defensive players. Do you have the
Yeah, but he was a one-time quitter.
No,
so
no,
that's-
stop. See,
That's where it all
Oh,
stems.
I'm sorry, he did.
but he didn't quit on the Spurs.
Yeah. And you know what? Messages got sent late in the third quarter last night because my guy Joel, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, he came back to life.
alive.
He lives.
I agree.
He lives.
Second
He
half.
walked through the first half, and then I don't know what happened. How do you explain? In the third quarter, he just took the whole game over on both ends of the floor. He had 10 points and 6 rebounds and 2 blocks.
Yep.
Guess who he blocked late in the third quarter twice? I don't know if you happen to catch this, but it was number 2 that he blocked. He made him look like number 2 is what happened.
You know what's
See that?
good?
Look at this. Whoa, did you see that? Eat this. Speaking of eating things.
Kawhi was too far
Yeah,
back.
how about that? Oh, God. Is that not eat this ball?
That will not happen in the
Oh,
North.
God. And how about this one? Get that stuff out of here.
I mean-
come on.
Hey, Chris, Joel, Lazarus, Embiid.
Yeah.
Because nobody rises more than he does. I mean, one moment.
Nobody falls more than he does.
one moment, his stomach, he's doubled up on the sideline. The next minute, he's getting 33 and 10.
Okay.
He's an all-time great. and then he disappears again, that's a big guy to be disappeared.
Is it possible that number 2's pride will have been so hurt by those 2 blocks that
Oh,
he'll
stop.
need Sunday off?
No,
He might.
He good.
He takes
I think he's like this, steady,
Yeah.
steady,
days
emotional.
off. Days
No
off.
ups, no
That's how he is
downs,
with the
just
media.
steady,
Days off.
steady.
Days off.
No, you
Yep.
don't-
Right.
That's why they gave.
Jenny just did a flat line. Just like
That's
a
what he
flat
is.
line,
He's
right?
steady.
actually not
That's,
good one.
that's
Do
why
that.
they gave him 22 games off. And guess what? The next team that's looking, they're going to give him 30 if he's going to give you 30 and 12 on a nightly basis in the playoffs.
Why are you
Is that what
encouraging
LeBron
the
told him
days
in
off?
Philly?
What you need?
I got 4. That's all I need.
What you
Thank
need?
you.
Yeah, I saw you
'Cause
coming.
I tell you
truth
what.
is, I don't need the 4. I don't need the
You're
4.
just picking
the
someone-
Sixers are going to win this game.
If you're right, this is a serious coming of age for these Sixers. If you're right, that next series, I think it's going to
They
be.
don't be in the next
crazy.
series because they ain't going to do no with Giannis.
It'll be a great one. If they win the night, if they win this next game,
Embiid and Giannis.
What about the turnaround, though? Won't
Antetokounmpo.
Milwaukee have a week
they'll have
off
an
at this
advantage.
point?
But I'm just saying,
And we already
Philly's
have
got
Joel.
the talent.
They
The
got the
question
talent.
is up here
Yeah.
and in
The
here.
mental.
And so, if they show that,
I
they
got
gonna be
JJ.
but I got
got
Toronto.
Tobias.